what's happened. I've mangled it. I just got the shits with it. It's over there. I don't even want to look at it. The only way I could get it out. So now it's bent. It's such a prick of a thing, but fortunately you wouldn't believe it, where I work they have brand new ones that they use at work and they're identical. So I don't care about the bloody old ones. I'm starting to really get pissed off with it, as you can tell. Now I'm going to set up that bearing press. I did go through it in the first video, but we'll have a go and see if it'll work. Alright, this is the outside part. What you've got to remember is this bit has to be bigger so the bearing can slide in. So I've just put an end on it and a washer and the huge nut, the big nut. And at the back I've just used one of the flat plates that you get in there, but it's got to be smaller, don't forget. It's no good having it bigger than the bearing because it's got to be able to go through that hole and actually push the bearing out. So we'll have a go, and I might set you up at the back of it because you'll see it move if it does work. So yep, I'm going to I'll have to hold this with a spanner and I'm going to use the rattle gun. You really shouldn't use the rattle gun, so I'm just going to take it easy. So I'm just going to rattle it a bit tighter if I can. Just got to find the right socket. Okay. So now I've got to get another smaller socket. The way this is set up, I think it's another piece of the air brake fell out. 32 at the front, same size as the nut for the axle, and I've got to try. They reckon if you can't, what have I got? 2 32s. I've got a 27, and it's not. Oh yeah, it's right. Righto. Some 27 at the back for this kit. And what I've got to do is try and turn this one by hand, and hopefully it will force this bearing in. But I don't know how successful this is going to be because everything's moving. No. I don't think I can do this. Hang on. I've got to stand on the other end of it. Something's moving. Something's got to go right eventually, doesn't it? Hey? Watch me strip the bolt. Anyway, it seems to be working, believe it or not. I know I said this last video, I will put a link to this kit because it is very handy. I believe, look, I don't know, I'm going to start ranting here, but I don't know if it's because the ute bearings were just harder, but everything on this one, excluding the Circlip, seems to be coming out easier. And these are like the ball bearing type, and the other ones are the roller bearing. Mate, the ute ones were shit. Honest to God, they were crap. You can see that that's moving. This is an old tension wrench that I just use as a pry bar because the ratchet's buggered in it, which is why I'm taking it off all the time. Okay, and this one now seems to be coming out fairly easy. Isn't that weird? You do it with a rattle gun, you think the rattle gun would get it out, and I'll do it like this. Actually, now that it's loose, I am going to use a rattle gun. And I'm only thinking of you blokes, so I'm trying to make this a bit shorter. Coming. All right, I think she's out. Yep. Okay. Alright. So you can see now the bearing is inside there. So I'm going to undo this and we'll have a look. My rattle gun is not very good, but it did the job. It would have helped if I put a washer on that, but I didn't. Okay, so you see it's just a bar. There's the cup with the end on it. And now that's the bearing, but I've got to knock that out. Just see if I can knock it out. No, I'll have to knock it out. Somehow, should be in the vise. I actually went a bit too small. Sometimes you can jar them loose, but this is jammed, so I don't know, it's turning, it's just jammed inside. So anyway, that's not a big deal. And I'll show you. That's it. Bearing out, you can see it sits against that up here. So you put them in the same way, it's just a reverse. So you have the, you don't use that big cup, you just use two flat plates. You have your bearing here and you just use that bolt to push it in. But we'll cover that a bit later on in this video. This is just like an amendment, or not an amendment, but an extra bit of the video that I'll post about removing the bearing, and I'll put a link up to that set that I've got, the bearing removal and installation set. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm sorry I got the shits there for a while, but you know, I thought I'll just come out and show you how to get this bloody Circlip out, and I couldn't even get it out. You can see, I'll show you again. You can see here that I've actually wrecked it. It's twisted now. because I just got the screwdriver. I did loosen it up, but they get caught. If you look at the thick part of that, that was the problem. It was actually just stuck in there solid at the top. If you get them to move, or you soak them for a while with WD, you might actually get them out with just the Circlip pliers. But you know, it's like anything, when you've got new ones, so I've got these, and I just didn't worry, you know. I think I've only managed to get one out without damaging it, and that's this one. No, even that's bent, look. So unless you get them out with the pliers, Circlip pliers, I wouldn't be using the old one. I'd be buying new ones. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe. Stay tuned for part 2, which will be installing the bearings. Well, that might not be part 2. I might just make a video on installing the bearings actually, because I wanted to put the bearings in before I painted the swing arm. So okay, I'll make another bearing similar to this one about installing the bearings, and then we'll have part 2 will just be putting the bushes in and putting it all back together. Alright, catch you in the next one.